They didn't swipe my truck or my garage or even my front porch. No, they went after my pier, the one I hammered together board by board, sweat pouring down my back under that relentless summer sun. Call me Ethan, a 38-year-old civil engineer who's more at home with blueprints than backyard feuds. But that afternoon, I nearly exploded. This mess spiraled into something out of a nightmare thriller, testing every ounce of my sanity. Have you ever had something ripped away that felt like part of your soul? I'd kill to hear your war stories in the comments below. I never pictured myself as the guy tangled in suburban showdowns. At 38, with a steady gig designing bridges, all I craved was kicking back on my pier at dawn, coffee steaming in my mug, the river whispering secrets as the mist rose off the water. For years, that ritual grounded me. Brew up, stroll out, let the quiet wash away the world's noise. That all shattered when Dylan appeared. My haven was this sturdy 25-foot pier I'd engineered myself, nothing flashy, but built to last, every joint sealed against the river's pull. It wasn't just lumber and nails. It was my escape hatch from stress, where I'd scattered my mom's ashes on a foggy morning and taught my nephew to cast his first line. Peace like that. It's fragile, especially when newcomers roll in thinking the neighborhood's their kingdom. The storm brewed about 3 months after Victoria hail settled into the cottage 4 doors up the riverbank. Victoria was the type you clock instantly. Sharp auburn pixie cut, always clutching a notepad like she was auditing the universe, barking into a handheld radio as if directing traffic. Within days, she'd maneuvered herself into HOA president. How? I still don't get, but I shrugged it off. Who cares about petty politics when your peer's calling? Man, was that a mistake. The red flags waved with her adopted kid, Dylan. Mid-20s, perpetually zoned into his screen, no job in sight, not that I'm knocking hard times, but his vibe screamed off. He'd saunter by my yard, hands jammed in his baggy sweatshirt, eyeing the pier like it owed him money. Week 1, just stares. Harmless, right? Then he planted roots. Cooler, lawn chair, tinny speaker blasting beats just loud enough to grate. I bit my tongue. Maybe he mistook it for public access, the river blurring lines from afar. But my gut twisted tighter each day. By month 2, he'd upgraded to picnic spreads, leaving crumbs and cans like confetti for me to sweep. One crisp Tuesday at 7 a.m., I stepped out, mug in hand, and there he was sprawled on my bench, boots propped up, energy drinks sweating on my forgotten sketch pad. Heart pounding, I cleared my throat. Hey, this is private property. He glanced up, shrugged like I was background noise, and dove back into his phone. Stunned, I hovered, words failing. Then, voices drifted from Victoria's side. Sneaking closer, hidden by the hedge, I caught her on the line. Keep him planted there daily. Folks normalize what they see, make it routine, then seal the deal. No one challenges the status quo. Her tone dripped triumph, like she'd already won. My blood iced. This wasn't random. It was a calculated siege. Victoria was weaponizing Dylan to claim my pier, turning my sanctuary into her conquest. Days blurred into dread until that bombshell envelope landed in my mailbox, thick as a threat, stamped, HOA urgent, community directive in glaring red. Ripping it open, my world tilted. My pier was now shared riverfront amenity, with Dylan appointed river steward for essential neighborhood needs. What needs? Coordinating litter and lazy afternoons? The sign-off? From a bogus crisis committee, co-signed by the ex-secretary who'd bolted town 6 months prior. I dialed her old Lena voicemail, confirmed she'd ghosted HOA drama ages ago. Forgery, plain and vicious. How brazen did they think I was blind? As an engineer, I dissect flaws for a living. I once caught a faulty beam spec that averted disaster. Now, I turned that laser on this scam. Deeds, plats, bylaws, county filings. No clause for seizing private land. No crisis committee existed. Changes needed full votes, 45 days notice. The HOA clerk hemmed, claiming Victoria handled it properly. But specifics? Crickets. By week's end, Dylan had escalated table, beers, videos blaring like my pier was his Airbnb. Neighbors normalized it. Mrs. Harper waved at him like an old pal. The Ramirez clan chatted about lively river vibes. Victoria's whisper campaign hit hard. I was the greedy loner hoarding public space, bullying a troubled youth in recovery. Trash appeared on my lawn overnight. Whispers turned to stares. How had I become the villain defending my own dirt? The pier wasn't wood, it held ghosts. Mom's final farewell, my nephew's wide-eyed joy. Low point. Saturday, rage boiling. I stormed out yelling, "Off my pier now." Dylan filmed it all, smirking as I unraveled. Ammo for their narrative. Aggressive neighbor terrorizes vulnerable kid. Self-doubt nod may share. But no, yielding meant endorsing theft. Time to fortify. I lawyered up, cease and desist flying. Victoria erupted. Midnight voicemails mixing threats and sobs about community betrayal. I documented obsessively snaps, clips, logs. Beatrice, the longtime widow down the block, sidled over while I weeded. That boy's no blood Kinchy scooped him up post his folks' crash. But it's not maternal, it's leverage. Her words chilled. She's expanded empires before. Surveyor confirmed, piers solidly mine. No ambiguity. High noon came with the barrier. I ordered a 7-foot chain-link fortress, gated and locked, permits squared at City Hall. Delivery truck rumbled in at dawn, stacks screaming defiance. Victoria froze at my calm permit flash, then raged about ruining harmony. Crew hammered posts as Dylan fidgeted, confused. She summoned cops' false alarm. My docs checked out. Civil issue, ma'am. Her face? Pure defeat. But her scream pierced. Dylan needs this. You can't. Desperation cracked her facade. Why my pier? River's endless. Then Nathan, her husband, approached, weary-eyed. Sorry, Ethan. It's overboard. Quietly. She didn't adopt from heart, she craved control. Dylan's her puppet. This pier's her next grab. He spilled. Emails plotting precedent. Misused HOA cash. Notes on manipulating Dylan like a lab rat. Behavioral compliance. Praise Locke's loyalty. Sick. Prior hoods. Same playbook, nabbed yards, sheds. Nathan's box. Divorce ammo. But this pushed him. It's bigger than us. Fence rose like justice embodied, sealing my realm. Dylan packed silently, almost relieved. Victoria stared, mute. My complaint to regional HOA, bolstered by Nathan's trove, nuked her, suspended, probed for fraud. Broader plot unveiled targeting Ramirez gazebo, Harper's boathouse via sightline BS. Spreadsheet rated me high resistance. Dylan? Trauma survivor, molded dependent. Nathan fought for custody. No more pawn. Victoria crumbled house listed, vanished quietly. Neighbors thawed. Harper's pie apology, Ramirez barbecue venting shared horrors. New prez? Fair by the book. River's hush returned. Pier mine. Roses climbing the fence per Harper's tip. Dylan's bloom stunned. Trade school grad. Hardware gig. Eyes bright. Nathan remarried, building real bonds. I added a side gate neighbors earn entry. 6 months on, coffee tastes victory sweet. Lessons? Know your turf deeds, rules. Log all. Stay cool, emotions a trap. Allies hide in shadows. This wasn't pure theft, it was power grab, normalizing invasion till you cave. But was I too harsh, fencing out a kid in need? Should neighbors share scraps for community? Or is every inch sacred? Manipulation be damned? Ever faced a Victoria twisting your world? Spill below, did you fight or fold? Like if this fired you up, subscribe for more raw truths. What if Dylan's needs were real, would you surrender? Debate it out.